Buttholes, you better roll up your straitjackets and put them in, because we're going to the insane asylum. We're going today to find out about the creative direction behind a stylized piece of film.
걔네들은 갑자기 나타났어요, 어느 날. 그냥 연기했던 기억인 것 같기도 하고, 스트레스 때문인가? 아니면 잘 모르겠어요. 가끔은 정말 그게 나인가 싶기도 하고, 그럼 난 정말 누구일까? 내가 뭘 잘못했나?
Right away, I'm getting an indie vintage art piece kind of vibe with the foggy overlay in the house, with the desaturated colors. They really lighten the lows, like the blacks and the shadows in the film in editing. It's really like light and blown out right in the beginning when she's doing her acting piece, and it's done kind of like a home video, and then it goes into kind of like a 70s kind of vibe with the house, and there's lots of red and green. It looks like selected saturation, and it's really portraying this character that she's playing.
그냥 다 끝내고 싶다. 그런 생각을 해요. 끝이요? 글쎄요. 어떤 끝인지는 각자 생각.
Now they're using kind of like a frame overlay, so the black in this is different shapes. It could either be one of two things. They could shoot through a hole, like put the camera in a box and shoot through a hole. They also could do this in post, like put a black overlay, cut out the hole where she is, center her in the hole, and then feather the edges. I'm not sure the meaning behind this, but it's pretty cool. Also, they're adding film grain to these. That's gonna make it look old. If you want to do an old looking home video kind of thing, lighten all the darks and put a film grain on it, and that should do it. You can even put some orange or brown.
생각이 다르지 않을까요?
머릿속 규구조구 삐를 늘어놔 현실 속 늪을 찾아갈 시간이야 나쁜 날은 아냐 그냥 괜찮아 꽤나 지긋지긋한 건 사실이야.
They're doing selected saturation and selected desaturation, so they're pulling out some colors like the pinks and the oranges. They're toning out the yellow. Lana Del Rey does her videos like this. Wes Anderson does it too, and it's like a selected color saturation and vibrancy, and then selected desaturation, so it limits the colors that you're seeing. This looks vibrant, and at the same time, it looks vintage. And it's kind of like stylized to be, it could be a Vogue editorial. So it looks like a photo shoot, while still holding true to the story. The way to do a reflection, doing something different than the subject, is you just have to split the screen in half, and then you can use two different takes and splice them together in the same shot. There's a lot of symmetry in this still. I'm in a lot of 1-point perspective with the flat wall behind them, and they're all symmetrically together. The overall composition is just well composed. Your eye knows where to go because of the color that she's wearing compared to everyone else. She's in the middle. The way her multiple personalities are leaning in toward her kind of draws your eye to her, and it looks again like it could be a Vogue magazine shoot. Again, this is like selected saturation and vibrancy. Like everything is composed nicely. Everything is all in a line. Your eye knows where to go. It's kind of like, it's just like a design in itself. And that's making it look vintage. Again, with the flat background, everything looks just like a vintage photo shoot. She pops off of the background. She like blends with it and looks good with it, but it's like a selected color palette, so the colors aren't all over the place. It's like very strategically picked, limited color palette, but it still looks vibrant and dynamic. Yeah, the dungeon scene is just desaturated, but the contrast is way up. Not really sure what to say about this. It seems like this video is relying on the stylized concept and the set design and the colors and the shots and the composition, but it's not. It's also relying on her performance. The character that she's playing in this looks really easy, but it's actually really multi-layered and difficult to play.
Don't be afraid, just wanna tell you hi.
저는 그녀를 이해할 수 있어요. 그녀는 그냥 인사만 하고 싶었던 거일 뿐일 거예요. 모두가 사라질 것 같아요. 모두가 사라지는 게 좋지 않을까요?
They use a blur to make it look like it's more of a home video. Do you see the film grain when it's moving? You can kind of see it looks like all over the place. It looks like natural lighting, but it's lit to make it look like you can see what's going on outside, and she's still lit enough that you can see her and she's not completely dark. So you see this a lot. In K-pop, this is a less common thing. I'm seeing it more. More groups and more artists are going into like a vintagey kind of feel with like film grains and overexposure. You can make a beautiful music video like this, but you can't just pluck anyone off the street and just put them in there. Her performance is that she's not doing very much, and that takes a lot of skill to do. While this music video is amazing, without her, it would be nothing. If you buttholes like Blackpink, then click the bell notification. My reaction to Kill This Love is coming out. If you want to grow on social media, I've linked my Facebook group below. In the meantime, check this bad boy out. Snapping. Snapping. Ooh. Snapping, snapping. No?